Well, Black and White Network, happy Labor Day. Now, in this video, we need to revisit President Trump going to Arlington National Cemetery to honor the 13 fallen service members from Joe Biden's and Kamala Harris's botched Afghanistan withdrawal. Happened 3 years ago, guys. 3 years ago. And in those 3 years, guys, Kamala Harris and Joe Biden really haven't shown any remorse whatsoever for their actions. Pretty pathetic, guys. Now, President Trump actually went to Arlington and honored the fallen heroes. Joe Biden and Kamala Harris nowhere to be found. Pretty pathetic, guys. Absolutely pathetic. Now, Kamala Harris wants to become the president of the United States. One would actually think, that she would actually sympathize with these families, actually want to be there for those families. But no, she didn't show up. But Kamala Harris actually went out there and attacked President Trump for showing up at Arlington. She came out and said it's basically a photo op, and there was this reported fake incident. I guess Trump's people or something got into an incident with some of the people at Arlington. Apparently, that's a fake story right there. And the mainstream media really was pushing that. Kamala Harris actually came out, folks, and attacked President Trump. However, it's all backfired, folks. It has completely backfired. Now, you guys, I'm going to go over this, man. It really does infuriate me that she would actually put out this post. I'm wondering if she actually put it out or was it some of her handlers. But it's in her name. Actually, it's her. This is officially from her official X account, guys. And Kamala Harris, man, Joe Biden, they really don't like the military. Our military service members defend our country. But Joe Biden and Kamala Harris, by the way, they actually left Americans behind. Left Americans behind in addition to the 13 service members that actually lost their lives. Kamala Harris is not fit to run this country. She's not fit at all. But let's go ahead and get into it, guys. Make sure you guys like this video, subscribe to the channel, become a channel member, live stream every single Friday at 10 a.m. Central Standard Time. If you're watching on Rumble, click the join button to get access to the same thing. And everyone can also support us by becoming a member on blackandwhitenetwork.com or supporting us on Locals, both for just $5 per month. Check the links in the description. So here we go. Over here on X, man. Kamala Harris, this is from her official government account here. Right there, she actually has pronouns in a bio, man. Anyway, this is what she actually put out, folks. She says, "As VP, I have had the privilege of visiting Arlington National Cemetery several times. It is a solemn place, a place where we come together to honor American heroes who have made the ultimate sacrifice in the service of this nation. It is not a place for politics. And yet, as was reported this week, Donald Trump's team chose to film a video there, resulting in an altercation with cemetery staff. Let me be clear. The former president disrespected sacred ground, all for the sake of a political stunt. This is nothing new for Donald Trump. This is a man who has called our fallen service members suckers and losers and disparaged Medal of Honor recipients." Now, this suckers and losers thing, that's been debunked already. But typical Democrats, man, they like to repeat debunked stuff. But anyway, she goes on. A man who, during a previous visit to the cemetery, reportedly said of the fallen service members, I don't get it. What was it? What was in it for them? This is a man who is unable to comprehend anything other than service to himself. If there is one thing on which we as Americans can all agree, it is that our veterans, military families, and service members should be honored, never disparaged, and treated with nothing less than our highest respect and gratitude. And it is my belief that someone who cannot meet this simple, sacred duty should never again stand behind the seal of the President of the United States. I will always honor the service and sacrifices of all American fallen heroes who made the ultimate sacrifice on behalf of our beloved nation and our cherished freedoms. I mourn them and salute them, and I will never politicize them. Wow. Absolutely amazing, guys. It's been in 3 years. These Gold Star families, they've never heard from Kamala Harris and Joe Biden. Never. And this post right here, man, getting destroyed, completely backfired. But of course, you got people that's just gonna vote blue no matter who that are actually liking this post right here. She's actually talking about debunked things already, suckers and losers. That is a lie right there, man. A complete lie. However, look here. Harris's attempt to attack Trump's Arlington visit backfires horribly when Gold Star families respond. Actually, I believe it was 8 Gold Star families responded. And I believe on this Daily Caller article right here, we actually have 5 on video absolutely destroying Kamala Harris for going after President Trump. For one thing, he didn't go there as a political stunt. The Gold Star families invited him there. President Trump is the only person that has mourned with these people. Not Joe Biden, not Kamala Harris. No, Kamala Harris really hates his country, man. She really does. She hates his country. She hates the police. She hates the military. She has shown no respect ever for the military and our fallen service members. Remember, Kamala Harris said she was the last one in the room when the Biden administration decided to botch the Afghanistan withdrawal. And she said she felt comfortable in her decision. This woman has blood on her hands. Look here. It says Gold Star family spoke out against Kamala Harris after she weighed in on the controversy surrounding former President Donald Trump's visit to Arlington Cemetery to honor the 13 soldiers killed in the Biden-Harris administration's Afghanistan withdrawal. Harris posted a tweet Saturday slamming Trump for filming videos while honoring the fallen soldiers, adding that she, unlike the former president, will always honor the service and sacrifices of all America's fallen heroes. No, absolutely not. 8 Gold Star families took to Twitter to rebuke Harris's comments, explaining that they invited Trump to the cemetery for the ceremony, and have never heard from Kamala Harris in the 3 years since they lost their children in the August 2021 terrorist attack in Kabul. Yeah, Kamala Harris has never, ever reached out to these people. Not once. Absolutely pathetic, man. Pathetic. And we got video here, man. Mark Schmitz, father of Lance Corporal Jared M. Schmitz. And President Trump actually reposts this here. So let's go ahead and watch this. I haven't actually watched all these clips here, but let's go and watch them together.
This is Mark Schmitz, Gold Star father of Marine Lance Corporal Jared Schmitz. Here we are on a beautiful holiday weekend day. I got to stop what I'm doing, spending time with what's left of my family, to address a heinous, vile, and disgusting post put out by Kamala Harris, trying to incite those that don't follow the truth that President Trump was in Arlington as a political stunt. Shows you how much you know about the 13 families. We invited him to be there. Groundwork was put into place by Congressman Ice's office to make sure we followed protocol. Why did we want Trump there? It wasn't to help his political campaign. We wanted a leader. That explains why you and Joe didn't get a call.
Yep.
Imagine for a second that your kid is killed, and there's a president of the United States willing to take you under his wing and listen to you. That's what we found in President Trump. Certainly not you, and certainly not Joe Biden. You have 13 families who have been waiting over 3 years to so much as get a phone call, to so much as hear our kids' names said aloud in the halls of Congress, at a State of the Union, hell, anything. The irony behind your post that you give a rat's ass about our military or our veterans, Jared's brothers and sisters in arms, the rest of the 12, their brothers and sisters in arms, is an outright lie. We're living proof of that. You're despicable. You have zero business running this country. And I pray to God, Americans wake the hell up and get your ass out of office. You have spit in our face for the last fucking time.
Wow. Man. He's definitely upset, and I don't blame him. I really don't blame him. And I hope America does wake up. I really do hope America does wake up. Now we got another video here. Steve Nikoui. I'm not sure if I'm pronouncing it correctly. He's the father of Lance Corporal Kareem M. Nikoui. So let's watch this one.
Vice President Harris, my name is Steve Nikoui. I'm the father of Lance Corporal Kareem M. Nikoui. And your administration killed my son. Deliberately in exchange for political theatrics so you could have a final day of the evacuation coincide with September 11th. Ignoring the advice of your generals, the Doha Agreement, and countless other veterans and members of Congress. Denying the safety of the Afghans and the servicemen and women. Your choice to play politics in 2021 killed 170 Afghans, 13 U.S. service members, and wounded 45 of our service members, as well as countless Afghans. You were not at Dover for the dignified transfer. At no time have you reached out to me to offer your condolences, to offer thank you for Kareem's sacrifice and service. Not once have you honored him by saying his name, so I said it for you. You have disparaged all 13 who have lost their lives as well as their families, exhibiting your lack of gratitude by your silence. I agree with you on one thing, that a person like you should never and will never stand behind the seal of presidency. You are a DEI vice president, and contrary to our kids, the worst that America has to offer. I will pray for you, that God has mercy on your soul.
Wow. And he's right. Kamala Harris definitely a DEI hire as Joe Biden's number 2. Also got another one here. Darren Hoover, father of Staff Sergeant Taylor Hoover. This is his video. So let's go and listen in.
My name is Darren Hoover, and I'm the Gold Star father of United States Marine Corps Staff Sergeant Taylor Hoover. Kamala, I want you to understand, and I know it will be difficult for you because you lack empathy and basic understanding. The events that happened on August 26, 2024, with President Trump at Arlington National Cemetery were solemn and in keeping with the reverence and respect that is given to all members of our military that are buried there. We invited President Trump. We are the ones that asked for the video and the pictures to be taken. at the Tomb of the Unknown Soldier. This was a very solemn wreath laying in our son's name, along with the Sergeant Nicole G family, as well as two of our catastrophically injured military members that were there on that horrific day in the honor of our Abbey Gate 13. We then moved to the gravesite where our children are buried. Again, we asked the Trump team to take the videos, take the pictures of our time there. President Trump then laid a wreath at the graveside of Army Staff Sergeant Ryan Christian Canals. There he talked to both his mother and father. President Trump then moved to our son's grave, where we were surrounded by our family and friends, where we talked about Taylor and his sacrifice to this country. Let me be clear. There was no politics discussed, none whatsoever. There was also not an assault that we observed take place, or did we hear it? I don't know where this is coming from, but it's disgusting and gross. President Trump has been there for us from the very beginning, when our son and the other 12 of his brothers and sisters in arms were murdered due to your negligence and uncaring attitude towards our military. Don't forget, Kamala, you were the last one in the room.
Yep, you were.
You and Joe Biden made the final decision on how to pull out of Afghanistan. You created the chaos and mayhem for the military to accomplish their goals. Our sons and daughters made the best of a difficult situation, as they had been trained to do. They adapted and overcame all of that and came out as heroes, something that you will never know or understand. Kamala, we have been treated with the utmost respect, compassion, and understanding by President Trump, something you and Joe Biden have refused to do since August 26, 2021. No, where were you and Joe Biden on August 26, 2024? Nowhere near Arlington Cemetery.
And by the way, I'm going to stop right there real quick. Joe Biden was on vacation. He couldn't be bothered. Okay. Also, Kamala Harris, I believe she was actually at where the number 2 actually lives at, 4 miles away. She didn't show up. No.
You couldn't be bothered to be with us or even say our kids' names, just as you had done for the last 3 years. Neither one of you have called to speak with us or share in our grief. I wonder, Kamala, do you sleep at night securely in your bed? Or do you have nightmares of our kids because it was your incompetence and negligence that got our kids murdered? It is you who sends out messages on social media that are outright lies. It is you that has disrespected our families. It is you who knows nothing about service and sacrifice. It is you that has divided this country, and it is you who is unfit to be the commander-in-chief. These are the only memories we get to make with our son, and it is you who is playing politics and trying to detract from our memories made that day. You should be ashamed and embarrassed at your lack of empathy and decency as a human being. You are only in this for the power and prestige. You don't care for our military or the citizens of this country. You should hang your head in shame at your actions or lack thereof. You need to move aside, get out of the way, and stop hindering the progress, growth, and independence of this great nation.
Wow. So you heard that right there, guys. You heard that right there. I've actually said their names way more than Kamala Harris has. Way more. And I believe that we actually have another one here. Yes, we do. Christy Shamblin, mother-in-law of Sergeant Nicole, and make sure I get the name right here. Nikoui. So let's play this. I thought there was actually a little bit more to the name right there, because you know how it shortens up on these websites.
Vice President Harris, my name is Christy Shamblin. My daughter-in-law, Sergeant Nicole Leanne G., was killed in the Afghanistan exit at Abbey Gate on August 26, 2021. This year, for the 3rd year anniversary of her murder, we welcome President Donald J. Trump to Arlington to lay a wreath on the tomb of the unknown soldier with our family and to visit Nicole graveside. President Trump and his team were respectful. They listened to our stories and didn't talk much at all. We welcomed them that day and they were comfort to our family. Vice President Harris, I ask you, why won't you return a call and explain to us how you call my daughter-in-law's death a success? Vice President Harris, why will you not express your condolences yourself? Why have we never heard from you? And finally, why would you take a day where we celebrated the death of our loved one and use it to disparage not only them, but us? President Trump has called, President Trump shows up, and President Trump takes the time to hear our loved ones' stories. Why won't you do the same?
Because she doesn't care about you. She does not care about you. And I believe this is the last one right here, guys. Yes, it's the last one here. This is Jim McCullum, father of Lance Corporal Riley McCullum. Let's play this.
Vice President Harris, my name is Jim McCullum. I am the Gold Star father of United States Marine Corps Lance Corporal Riley McCullum, killed in Afghanistan, August 26, 2021. Your recent remarks related to Trump's visit to Arlington are filled with nothing but lies and deceit. How do you sleep at night knowing it was you, this administration, you and Biden, you being the last one in the room, are responsible for the death of our 13 kids? You have failed for 3 years and 8 months to acknowledge our kids, to acknowledge me. You don't know me. You've never spoken to me. You've never reached out to me. You have failed in your duties as vice president. You have been nothing but disrespectful to me and the families of the 13. Yet you're claiming that you will always be respectful and show respect for our fallen. You've been absent for 3 years and 8 months. You've proven that you're not capable to do the job that you have, let alone the job that you seek. You know nothing about honor, courage, commitment, respect, but President Trump does. President Trump has been there for us. He's been a rock for us. He showed compassion for us, and he showed he truly cares for the families that truly do know what the ultimate sacrifice really is. You have the day you deserve.
There you have it, guys. That is the Gold Star families coming out and absolutely destroying Kamala Harris. Yes, she's a failure. She is a complete failure. Right now, folks, our nation is failing. Kamala Harris and Joe Biden, man, have no respect whatsoever. Remember, Joe Biden was actually looking at his clock on his watch. He couldn't be bothered, man. And one of these families, I don't remember who it was. This is like a few years ago. Said it's 2:30. He was so infuriated that Joe Biden was actually more concerned about the time than actually honoring, I believe it was his fallen son. And Kamala Harris, man, is not fit for the White House. She's not. I mean, this woman is an embarrassment, man. She's the worst candidate ever. She hates this country. Kamala Harris has never shown any patriotism towards this country. So what made you actually think she would actually show any patriotism towards our service members? She hates the police. She hates anyone that would dare defend this nation. And I think this is pretty clear. President Trump has proven that he loves this country, man. This man didn't even take a paycheck when he was president. He donated. I believe he got $1 or something like that because he had to take like $1. Joe Biden has enriched himself. Kamala Harris, I'm pretty sure, is going to do the same. We cannot let this woman win. She is an embarrassment to this great nation. That's just my thoughts on this. What do you guys think of this? Black and White Network fans, let us know what you think about all this in the comments. Make sure to subscribe to the channel. And we'll catch you next time.